Live from the ESPN 1280 studios in San Luis Obispo, it is time. It is Living the Run. We're not just chewing the fat, we're getting rid of it. We are your home for everything health and fitness. Living the Run is being brought to you by Running Warehouse, CrossFit Grover Beach, Artie's Pilates, and in partnership with the American Cancer Society and the Heal Slow Coalition. Here are your hosts for Living the Run, Ryan Ferran and Paul Tarek.
And welcome back to Living the Run, Health and Fitness Radio. I am Ryan Ferran alongside the Olympian Paul Anthony Tarek and our producer extraordinaire, at least for one final show, Max Woodcock. We'll get to that in a moment. Plenty to get to tonight on the Leanest Meanest radio show on the airwaves. Jordan Hasay, Mission Prep grad and Arroyo Grande native, gets her indoor season off to a very good start. We'll give you the details about how her meet went last weekend. 3 more reasons not to drink soda in case you needed a few more. We have them for you. Pretty shocking stuff from Yahoo Health. The placebo effect. Are you a believer? We were chatting about this last week. We'll dive in a little bit deeper tonight and get some of your thoughts as well. You can text the show, as always, 805-242-1280, or you can weigh in on this topic on our Facebook page, facebook.com/livingtherun. We have a few comments on there about the placebo effect right now. Our Chains of Love Showdown, we need to make a decision.
No, the decision is made. Don't even. I like how he puts that out there. Well, we're going to talk about it and see what we can. No, 10K. 10K, that's the decision. The decision was 10K.
I thought it was 15.
Yeah, so did I.
When did I even give you an inclination that I would ever run a 15K?
When you said there was a possibility for defeat?
Yeah.
No, it was, I'm not running a 15K. We will race a 10K. It will be a 10K or a 5K, your choice.
Yeah, I guess we're going to have to go with the 10K then.
We're picking the middle distance.
How you feeling about that 10K?
I don't feel that good about it.
The good news is I don't either.
I got your back on it, Ryan.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I think you'll pull it out.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, so we'll get the details on the Chains of Love.
I'm just going to hang close, and when I feel like I'm going to fall off, I'm just going to tackle him. That's what I'm going to do.
Just take out his back ankles.
No rules. We're not going to have rules to this 10K.
One rule, no tripping.
Yeah, okay, fine. Tackling's fine, though. Full contact running. This isn't 6th grade gym class. We're getting our mile time here. This is a competition.
If you need to cheat to beat me, that's pathetic.
That's an automatic win for Ryan right there.
Exactly. We're taking
because you'll say later on, "Oh, I won," and I'll say, "Oh, really? Let's go to the result." Oh, here's me.
Let's go to the footage here.
Let's go to the footage of me crossing the line an hour before you, and you'll say that's because I was getting my foot cast because it was broken, and I'll say, "Hey, let's just go to the finish line. We'll go to the camera." Were there any judges? Did I get a yellow flag? And was there a red flag? Did I miss something? No.
All right, well, if that's how you want to do it, I guess it's the 10K, and I should be wearing a helmet and some pads.
Well, you probably will be wearing a helmet, but yes, the pads will be good.
Text trivia tonight. It's about soda. We're going to get that question to you in a moment. You can have a chance to win an Artie's Pilates Power Pack valued at $195, courtesy of Artie's Pilates in Pismo Beach. We'll get to the text trivia question about soda and how much of that stuff we are drinking down. 805-242-1280 is the number to text in.
You're from
for
the
that.
West Coast your whole life, aren't you?
No, born in New Jersey, actually.
No way.
Yep.
Really?
Absolutely.
How did you learn to say soda?
My dad says soda.
Soda. If you go to Michigan, you said, I want a soda, they'll be like, what? You want a pop. If you're from Michigan, it's a pop. I don't get it.
Well, short for soda pop. But is it soda?
Man, thank you for clearing that up. Mac, don't you feel much better about learning that just now?
Certainly wiser.
But do you say soda or soder?
We're from Michigan. We're soda.
A little shorter.
Yeah, that's how they say it back east as well, soder. And
no, I just thought it was funny when I moved out here. It was like a soda, and I always thought it was like the funniest thing. Oh, you say soda, and then I realized I was the only guy in a 100-mile radius saying,
right.
Pop. All of a sudden, I'll just have a pop, please.
And they're like, excuse me, you want to get hit in the face? Yeah. Sure, come on over.
Guy sold me a little bag of white stuff, and I'm like, what is this?
Is that a challenge?
Yeah.
Next week on the show, we will have Samantha Pruitt on, and we will be talking about the slow marathon and half marathon that is coming up April 22nd. Sunday, April 22nd, slowmarathon.com to check that out.
So are you a little? I got to go back to this. Are you a little nervous about the 10K because you have not been running?
I haven't been doing much running. I've been playing a lot of soccer, which obviously is running, but I haven't not been doing any jogging.
Maybe that's how you should approach your 10K, just short bursts, short 50-meter bursts. Run, stop, run, stop. That'd be awesome.
Not a wise philosophy. I'm just nervous because you're like 6'3", muscular, and a former Olympian. That's what makes me nervous.
Fully willing to take you out.
Yeah, that's the other aspect. You're also willing to hurt me in order to win.
That's right. That's competitiveness.
What are we betting? What is the bet?
I don't know. We didn't come up with a bet. All right, if you got a good bet for us, text in.
Let us know. What should we bet?
Keep it appropriate.
Your son is adorable, by the way.
I know. He got all his looks from his mother. Thank God.
Wow.
What was that? I just want him to have my last name. We talked about that last week. That's all I want.
But he is. How old is he now?
He's 11 and a half months.
Wow. I can't believe it.
I know.
He survived a year in your household.
I know, a year. And he doesn't walk yet. He's not potty trained yet. I mean, he doesn't have a job. He's really just hanging on. You know what I mean?
Real downer on the economy.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought he said ball. Was he talking?
Yeah, he says ball.
Oh, that's pretty good.
He says ball, mama, dada, Ryan's a jerk. He says all the basics.
Is that pretty early for him, or is that normal?
For him, it's just right.
Well,
I don't know about other babies.
Other kids.
I really don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
I've heard some people say their kids talked really, really young, like at 8 months or something like that, or 7 months, something ridiculous. And other people are like, I have a really good friend who, and he's a very smart guy, very well spoken. Apparently, he didn't say anything till he was like 4 or 3 or something. Yeah, he was 5. Apparently, I'm getting the 5.
5.
Yeah,
wow.
5. Because he had sisters that talked for him.
Yeah.
So.
That's how my family was. Everyone's like, oh, you were so shy growing up. You never really talked. It's like, when was I supposed to get a word in? None of you ever shut up. Are you kidding me?
You're like, I can remember being 1 and having to say something, but I didn't get a chance till I was 3.
Is this that Jersey family of yours?
Exactly. They're all talking with their hands, knocking me down. It's like, when was I supposed to talk? I was getting myself up off of the floor.
You're getting beat every time you tried to say something. How'd you learn? Like, I have something to...
Exactly. Well, anyway, your son, Joseph, is adorable.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Glad he could come in.
Yeah, he was hanging out. I was going to leave him at home, but, we got rid of the dog crate, so we couldn't put him in the crate anymore. And, I figured at that point he'd probably crawl over, turn the TV on, and spill some SpaghettiOs on the floor. So.
Do you still have the dog?
No, we do not. We found a good home for the dog. There's some people in Atascadero. They have a quite full house already, female boxer, and then they had another male pit who was... what was he? He was part pit bull, part mastiff, I think. English mastiff, I think. Huge dog. And they are like the friendliest, nicest dogs, and the dogs all play together and lay on the couches together and go to the riverbed together. So
good. Very good.
Yeah, good
news.
times. Yeah, it was really good news.
Somebody suggested, text in, that the loser of our 10K showdown at the Cal Poly Chains of Love race, Sunday, February 11th, 9 a.m. at Cal Poly, by the way.
Sunday. Isn't that Saturday?
That's kind of funny.
This is Saturday.
Saturday, yes, you're correct.
Saturday. All right, go ahead.
That person, speaking of a weird voice, said the loser should have to speak into a Darth Vader voice. Speak in a Darth Vader voice.
For like an entire show?
Yeah.
That would be awesome, except why wouldn't that be the winner?
I think that would have to go to the loser. I would not want to do that.
What? Oh, that's crazy.
There's a bet on Dan Patrick that was very similar a few months ago where Seton lost a bet, and before any word he spoke, he had to go, roar. And so the whole show was
awesome
like,
bet.
roar. That was a good one.
I would say pirate voice.
The loser would have to say, if you lost before every time.
I would have to address you.
You'd have to say, Mr. Ferran, you're awesome. Now here's my phone.
I love that. I think something.
And I would have to continue that.
And I would have
for
to
every
say,
show until I did the whole show. Because if I messed up, then that.
We might lose all 4 of our viewers.
Why am I automatically going? Well, if I messed up, no, this sucks.
But on the other hand, I would have to say, Mr. Tarek, you are awesome.
Yeah.
And by the way, here are 5 natural foods you should be eating.
Lifelong Olympian Paul Tarek.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more.
Exactly.
You could just refer to me as your mentor.
Or maybe the winner gets to pick the title the loser will have to address them as.
Oh, maybe. I might like that. I like that. But more importantly, let's get to some health and fitness stuff. We've bantered long enough.
Speaking of one who is living the run, Jordan Hasay, 3-time guest of the show, went to Mission Prep, lives in Arroyo Grande. now at the University of Oregon in her junior year, doing great things. Just started her indoor track season, and it went very well. She was at the Texas A&M Challenge over the weekend. Friday night, Hasay was the anchor leg in the distance medley relay. The Ducks won that race by 6 seconds and recorded the second fastest time for the women's team in school history, so that's a great way to start the season. So Jordan does very well in the distance medley relays. They win that. And then on Saturday, she won the women's mile in 4:37 to break the meet record. I'm going to give you guys one guess. Who do you think owned that meet record before she broke it?
I know the answer.
Paul, go ahead.
Her.
You're right. She broke her own meet record. So Jordan off to a very good start. She missed the automatic qualifying mark to NCAAs by about 2 seconds, but the time probably will get her in anyway, and it's the first race, so I don't think anybody's worried about that.
She's got it. Now, she has an answer to the question. We were talking about this the other day, is could the 2012 version of myself beat up the 2003 version of myself? You know, and that way we went back and forth, and that I don't think so. But see, Jordan knows the answer. The 2012 version of herself could beat the 2011 version of herself in a race.
Yes.
It's a question that she has answered that she's never going to have to.
I don't think she asked herself that question, though.
You guys never ask yourself these questions, do you?
No.
You guys need time for self-reflection.
Can I go back and dominate my 1998 self?
Right. Yeah, totally.
Maybe.
Could you? You think you could?
Yes, my 1998 self was a wee bit tinier than I am now.
Oh, so are you at the peak of your life right now?
Me? I just turned 25 last weekend.
So you think any other version of yourself?
I think the 1998 version of myself, which is
no, but any other version of yourself at any other point in time, you think you could take that version of yourself?
Are you at your greatest athletic peak right now?
Not at all.
What year max? What vintage max are we looking for here?
Maybe 05.
05. The 05 max was
the 04, 05, like somewhere right around there when I was doing a lot of club soccer, a lot of high school soccer.
When you were 18 or 19?
Yeah. When I was at my performance peak as far as athleticism.
I would go 04 as well, maybe 07. 04 and 07 I think were good years for me. What about you?
Probably
right now.
What's wrong with that?
That's an amazing,
that's where you should be. That's where you want to be peaking right now.
I was saying it's an insult, but go ahead.
Probably 2 years ago when I was running a lot of half marathons and lifting weights at the same time.
I think that's going to be my goal, is to not have to feel like I haven't peaked, a half a decade ago.
But for you, it's hard. I mean, how could you not have peaked in the Olympics?
You're right. But there were also
kind of hit the pinnacle of athleticism at one point.
But there's also there's different levels of it, because while I was in better shape distance-wise, I think I can run. I think there's still a chance that I could run a faster 5K. And if you would have asked me that 6 months ago or 8 months ago, I was too depressed to even think about running it or trying to do it. But I think like sort of about a year ago. But now I kind of want to know. I want to know if I could run faster than I did when I was because I have a lot less muscle now.
Well, for everyone who hasn't been to the Olympics, I think they should be aspiring for this year to be their most athletic year. I mean, there's people in their 60s who run their first marathon. That's probably the only time in their life they could do that. And they did do that. So but for you, that's tough. But you do have those distance goals, which is pretty cool.
And then my bench press goal is still there. I want to get back up to like 19 reps at 225.
I thought you were saying 19 pounds.
Yeah.
19
that bar is a little bit heavier than that.
19 pounds, what I'm looking for here, boys.
You know what the greatest thing about getting back in the gym and lifting weights again is that
for you, is it's like
I knew this was coming.
It's a direct personal attack.
Here's the ball. Here's the tee. There, I put it on. Go ahead.
No.
Hit it out of the park, ball.
Nothing. Go ahead.
That's too easy.
I digress.
It's just you don't have to spend an hour in there. I mean, in and out 20 minutes. I did 10 minutes of chest yesterday. I can't move today.
So we were talking about CrossFit. I don't know if we got into this last week. We were talking about CrossFit the other day, and I think it's so funny. We talked about it when I first started training out here back in 04, 05, and not CrossFit so much, but the idea of cross training and the simple. I've always said, like, man, we get in 30 minutes. I feel like I've got an incredible workout in, and then the rest of my workout was all just was event work, technical event work that the random person wouldn't do, but I also didn't do to stay in shape. It was the fitness stuff we would do, the running workouts, the body weight, the flexibility, mobility drills we would do, and I felt like I was in such great shape from that, and it would take 30 minutes, and I was smoked, I was tired, I felt like I had a great workout in, And I always wondered, man, why hasn't anybody done this? And then, now CrossFit's really starting to take off, and you can see that that's pretty much what they do. The only downfall that I would have with CrossFit is you get a lot of people doing Olympic lifts, and they're doing Olympic lifts until fatigue in a lot of these things, and it just, to me, that's kind of like it's kind of inviting an injury. I'm going to do this plyometric Olympic lift. Granted, they're not pushing him towards it, which is good, but at the same time, it's like, it's
that's
still
the only
Olympic
thing.
lift.
I see those guys doing the Olympic lifts, and it scares me. But you are right about the intensity of those types of workouts that the CrossFit and those guys do. I mean, it's only a half hour, like you said, but like you also said, it is an intense half hour, and you are sweating. You're using all your muscles, cardio, anaerobic, aerobic. Those are great workouts.
Yeah, you can't stay like in your fat burning zone the whole time. You can't go, well, my fat burning zone is 160 or 150 or whatever your heart rate is. And you can't stay in that zone the whole time. The idea is, you don't just want to work that one system. You want to focus on a system, but you don't want to just solely work that one system.
Another email into the show, courtesy of Brandon. Who would win, 2007 Paul Tarek or God? I got my money on Tarek. No, it would be.
I'm going to back away from you, and I'm going to put my money someplace else.
What was your best? I mean, you went to the Olympics in 04. Were you in better shape 07 training for 08?
I was in different shape, yeah. I think 08 would have been a better year. 08, the week before we got hurt, I'm referring to myself as a plurality here.
It's a team.
Yeah, we.
You had a
the
coach?
Week before I got hurt, it was the numbers we had on paper that we wanted to do and proceed through the year. The numbers we had on paper were easily attainable. We had, we were throwing further than we'd done in practice. We were jumping higher and further than we jumped. And I look back at 04 and what I was doing in 04. And for example, 04, I felt like I was probably the most explosive that I'd ever been. In 04, I could 203 long jump and my vault was looking really good. 203 high jump, 7-meter long jump consistently. And when I was looking at some of my 5 left, my short approach long jumps and some of my short approach high jumps. And in 08, I had jumped 6'4" from 5 steps, which for me was huge. I had never jumped that high from 5 steps. And long jump wise, I could do a short approach long jump where back in 04, I was jumping it would be like 22.4, 22.6. And then I would do my short approach long jumps, and I was like 22.10, 22.11 in practice, which for me was a really good, at the time was a really good jump. Had I backed it up another left, I would have went over 23 in practice, which, would have been a solid jump for me to meet from a full approach.
Then you got injured and your dreams got crushed.
Yep,
Sorry
and there we go.
Paul.
That's right.
All right, coming up, let's get to the text trivia question right now before we head to break. Then we'll talk about the placebo effect, 3 more reasons not to drink soda, and I bet you haven't heard at least of 2 of these. And what else? We'll get to our recent shows and that sort of thing. But our text trivia for this week, the number to text in, 242-1280, just like the radio station we're on, 1280, 805-242-1280. How many gallons of soda, or as Paul says, soda pop?
No, that's not.
Soda pop. They had to give me a soda pop.
I'm just going to let this one go.
Does the average American drink a year? How many
gallons?
gallons on average does the average American drink a year?
Do Max and I get guesses?
Sure.
Do you have one?
You can guess after the break. Think about it. Give yourself a minute. That is the question, though. How many gallons of soda does the average American drink a year? The number to text in to win an Artie's Pilates Power Pack, courtesy of Artie's Pilates in Pismo Beach. Artie'sPilates.com, 805-242-1280. If you want to weigh in on the placebo effect, does it work? Also text in 242-1280. When we come back, we'll talk about the placebo effect, 3 more reasons not to drink soda, the Chains of Love Showdown, and what is on livingtherun.com. That and more when Living the Run Health and Fitness Radio continues.
You're listening to Living the Run on ESPN Radio 1280 The Ticket.